Tonight, critics call it the gun show loophole. Local and federal officers say it is one easy way people who aren't allowed to have guns are getting them.
Well, tonight, the partnership between Knoxville Police and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. Reporter Vinay Simlot joins us to explain how both agencies are targeting gang members and what's called a gun show straw purchase. Vinay?
Robin, we saw this play out in the case of Michael Harris. KPD officers arrested him 2 weeks ago. They charged him with buying guns when he already had a felony. He got those guns at a gun show, and the ATF and KPD watched it all happen. At a gun show at the Knoxville Expo Center, a federal criminal complaint says ATF agents watched Michael Harris in a red hat and red shorts, the color of the Blood Gang, buy several weapons.
We want to try to prevent criminals from getting guns.
KPD Lieutenant Joshua Schaefer and the Organized Crime Unit worked with the ATF on a surveillance operation of a Knoxville gun show. Schaefer says at those events, people who shouldn't have guns buy them, and people buy guns for other people who can't get them, called straw purchases.
People will approach other attendees, offering them cash money to go in and buy a gun for them.
A federal affidavit says agents suspected Harris did both. He's a felon and not allowed to own a weapon. They say he used FaceTime and showed guns to someone on the phone.
So we're kind of on the front lines.
Licensed gun dealers like Stephen Bowman at Crossroad Firearms in North Knoxville are required to do a background check before selling a gun to anyone to make sure they don't have any felonies.
Once we fill that out, we get the answer back from the state in about 10-15 minutes.
But once you step outside the store, any private person can sell a gun in a parking lot, at a gun show, or even online. Private sellers don't have to do any background checks on the people to whom they're selling those guns. KPD says if you sell a gun, ask the person who are you buying it for, ask for ID, and ask if they're a convicted felon.
There's some simple steps that you can do. Just ask a few questions.
Now, that lieutenant in charge of policing organized crime says some of the guns people are illegally getting come through private sales, but others are from guns stolen out of unlocked cars. Bottom line, they want people to be careful of what they're doing with their guns to make sure they don't end up in the wrong hands. John.
Vinay Simlot on the story. Thank you, Vinay.